On the morning of the wedding, I didn't really feel too different. I had a few twinges here and there, but I had been having Braxton Hicks for days, weeks even, so I didn't even think anything of it. It got to the meal at the wedding, and they started getting a bit more painful and a bit more like I was noticing them more. I can still have a conversation throughout, like I was eating everything, I was having a lovely time, but like I'm noticing that these are a bit painful now. And things started ramping up. Like they were starting to get one in every 10 minutes. They were quite painful. I went to the toilet and I'd lost my mucus plug, so I said to Sam, I've just lost my mucus plug. Like, I'm not overly concerned because I know it can still be days or weeks after that. However, alongside the pain, like, I'm not sure if this is happening. He was like, do you want to go? I said, no, let's just stay just in case it's not. Like, what if it is just Braxton Hicks? So we stayed for longer. The longer the speeches went on, the more intense the contractions got. It got to the point where I was like shaking my legs at the table. Like, no one else really seemed to notice, I don't think. But Sam kept looking at me saying, you're right, you're right. I said, as soon as I finish, we're going to have to go. I had no idea how far into labour I was, and we started setting up the pool. Sam set up the pool. It was lovely. And she said, do you want me to check you? Check me out was 8 centimetres. So she rang her second midwife straight away and said, you need to get over here ASAP because it's not going to be too long. So by the time the second midwife, Cheryl, lovely, arrived at 10:30, I was already in the pool. I was in the pool for probably about half an hour before I then wanted gas and air. So by about 11:30, I felt like my body was telling me to push. So I was sort of breathing down, pushing down. Nothing really progressed for about 30 minutes. So they said, do you want to try and have a wee? I went to the toilet to try and have a wee. Sam came to check on me, and then he came and told the midwives, I think I can see something like happening. So they came in and they could see the head starting to come out whilst I was on the toilet. So they said, listen, you need to get back in the living room. You're not giving birth on the toilet. Everyone sort of carried me back in here, but I couldn't get back in the pool at that point. I think I was too far gone. So I was just sort of hovering over the sofa. And they just said that he was getting a bit stuck on my perineal. Your perineal's meant to go really thin during labour, but because I exercise quite a lot normally, they just said it's really thick, it's still like a centimetre and you just can't get past it. So are you happy for us to cut you? Which I obviously was happy for them to do so if it was going to get him here safely. They cut me. They said he needs to get here ASAP, so just give it all you got. So my next contraction, I pushed and he came out. He started crying straight away. He came out all in one push, started crying straight away, and then they got my placenta out on the floor, hence why the rug is now gone. And then they stitched me up on the sofa, but we had all blankets and everything down, so that was fine. Then the midwife left at about 4 o'clock. And we went up to bed about 4:30 and had our first night as a family of 4, although Beatrice didn't come back till the next day. So yeah, I absolutely loved my home birth.